New year, new me. Sounds familiar, right? Today is just 10th of January. It's the beginning of the year. Most of you probably have New Year's resolutions. Maybe have started going to the gym or started a new diet after Christmas. And be honest, how many of you did the same thing last year and ended up giving up by February? As you can see, you're not the only one. The cycle is common, not because of lack of ambition, but because relying on motivation and willpower is a losing strategy for the long term. Motivation gets us started, but it does not keep us going. Real lasting change comes from understanding who you are, who you want to be, and how can you achieve that. Real lasting changes is a combination of long-term habits and everyday decisions. Most people think change requires a radical overhaul of their entire lives. But what if I told you that is not true? Some of the most important changes start by just really small changes. A domino, falling step by step by step into a new direction. Every action builds up towards a common goal. Change doesn't have to be challenging, it has to be consistent. Today, I am here to share with you how small changes can create a really big difference over time. Understanding the science of habits gives us the power to improve our daily lives and to impact the ones around us. So as I've told you, small changes can create a really big difference. At least this was my case. As you may know, our school is just a few streets down here, and there are loads of metro stations nearby. But instead of taking the metro all the way, I get off at North Ministerials and walk my way to school. This makes my mornings feel better. Walking helps me clear my mind, feel more happy in general, and start the day with a sense of accomplishment. This positive feeling reinforces the habit, and science backs this up. When you reward yourself, you release dopamine, the feel-good chemical. This creates a positive feedback loop that makes you think, hey, this habit is great, let's do it again. B. James Fogg, a behavioral scientist at Stanford University, has done some research that proves that, in fact, the most important rewards are not big or material. They're small and immediate, just a mental smile, mental yes, or even a cheerful sound or animation. Most of you may be familiar with this application. Maybe you even are users. Apps like Duolingo use this principle brilliantly. After every lesson, you're rewarded with streaks, badges, cheerful sounds, and animations. And this is what makes you want to come back. Over time, these small reinforcements help your brain associate the habit with a sense of joy and accomplishment. And eventually, the habit itself will become the reward, as you will start to love how it makes you feel. To make this even easier, if you want habits to stick, try starting from something realistic and easy to manage. Keep the things small, don't go for something big and overwhelming. Starting small reduces the pressure to perform perfectly and helps you build up confidence. To make habits easier to maintain over time, try tying them to something you already do. Anchoring habits make them fit seamlessly into your day-to-day life. And most importantly, changes are not just about starting new things. They're also about quitting or stopping to do things that don't serve you anymore. For example, scrolling on your phone before going to sleep. Try replacing these unhelpful habits by maybe reading for 10 minutes or journaling your thoughts of the day. These tiny adjustments make quitting feel less overwhelming and much more doable. It's even more important to choose habits that align with your priorities and fit into your current routine, as making everyday decisions helps build momentum. As I mentioned before on the domino, this helps picture a big image, step by step, creating a bigger picture that you can see on the beginning. Small habits are great for creating momentum, but this is not enough to create lasting change. Motivation gets us started, but it doesn't keep us going. So, how can we create habits that stay for the long haul? Well, think of motivation as a battery. It gives you a boost when you need it, but it runs so quickly. So you have to still making all your decisions slowly. One way of doing this is by making small adjustments to your environment. Try reducing distractions, creating cues and triggers, and maybe controlling your social environment a little bit more. Over time, this reduces the mental effort needed to do these habits, and it helps strengthen the neural pathways that make the habits feel automatic. But here's the thing, Creating the right environment is just a part of the solution. You still have to make everyday decisions, change them, think about them until they feel automatic. This momentum will make tackling bigger challenges of the time feel more doable. Each decision is a step towards a bigger goal. Those small steps build the momentum that, as I was mentioning before, will make tackling the habits of a bigger time feel better. The key to building long-lasting habits is consistency. Missing a day doesn't mean you have failed. Instead, giving up is what really makes you fail. You have to keep going as much as you can. For example, I was sick these past few days and I was not able to rehearse as much as I would have liked to. You may notice I'm a bit nervous here. So this is why, but still, this is why you have to keep going as much as you can, as much as you're able to. It's not just something you do, the habit becomes a part of yourself, part of who you want to be. It's building a better life for yourself. So the brain is lazy. It loves to save up energy. So it tries making up connections automatically. This is why making the small decisions will, over time, feel easier. You have to create the mindset and the right environment. Ultimately, long-lasting habits are about forcing yourself to act. Create a system and a mindset that makes these decisions come automatically with everything you do. Make them the right choice. Take the stairs instead of taking the elevator, but make this feel good, feel natural. Reward yourself after it. Building lasting change requires starting small and being patient. A 1% change every day doesn't look that different, but over time this will create a 3,550% improvement rate. Sounds amazing, I know, but you yourself can see it in this mathematical equation. Long-lasting change isn't about forcing yourself to act. It's about starting more, celebrating the habit, and building a system and a mindset that's sustainable and enjoyable, where long-lasting change becomes achievable. Each small action, maybe starting with something new or letting go of something that's unhelpful, everything builds up towards a common goal. So, today I welcome you to start doing something small. See yourself how small habits can improve your life, and keep it up for the 10th of March. It's something small, maybe, as I've mentioned before, drinking a glass of water after dinner, answering the habit. So, go small, celebrate the habit, see where this takes you. Remember, consistency beats intensity. Your future self will thank you for starting today.